Okay, here we go. Episode 2, Hurricane Preparedness. Way back just a couple years ago, Hurricane Harvey came ashore and knocked out a lot of lifestyles. It tore up the Texas Gulf Coast, pretty much Houston to a couple hundred miles south. What are we going to do again? And it came all the way up inland, by the way. I mean, I'm 100 miles inland, and I had neighbors that couldn't get out, get to the grocery store, no light, no power for over 5 days because of the floods. So, sorry. Here comes another one. We got one brewing out there off the coast right now. Says it's going to head up towards Houston area, and it may not be as bad as Harvey, but the steering winds will shove it all off to the east pretty quick. But we're still going to have problems, and we're not prepared. So how are we going to evacuate all those people? Remember when Harvey came ashore, people were stuck in traffic and on I-10 and all the other small roads and running out of gas, waiting in their cars on highways and byways, running out of fuel because they were running out of air conditioning. And this is in my little area of the Texas Independence Trail. This is why I'm trying to focus on this area. We need to prepare. Where are we going to set up recharge? Our civil leaders need to set up rally points. Where are we all going to gather to get redistributed with fuel and food and water? And what can we call them? We can call them Lagrange points. If you know what I mean. If you got the time, in that place outside LaGrange. All right, so anyway, I'll edit all that. But anyway, when the hurricane comes ashore and wipes out all of our refineries and shuts all the factories down, we're going to be in trouble. Things are going to get backed up at the port, should I say, and all the pipelines and nuclear power plants are going to shut down, and those take a long time to restart. A lot of power lines are going to get blown over, knocked down. Lines are going to get broke. Trees are going to fall on everything. And like I said before, these are $3 million a mile to restring per line, per circuit. So when that goes down, everybody's going to be going to the grocery stores before they get here, actually. Before the storm gets here, everybody's going to be rushing to the grocery stores and buying all the batteries, buying all the water, buying all the canned goods. And the shelves will be empty within a matter of hours. And then, within a matter of hours after all the lights go out, all the batteries are going to go flat, and we're going to be stuck in there. Some people are going to be smart enough to have gotten some solar chargers. There's about $1,000 right there, maybe $800. But every time the sun comes out, you can run your refrigerator again, or a small window unit for a little while. They got big ones, but this is a pretty smart investment here. But all those wind turbines that they planted between, South Texas, Boca Chica, and all the way up to Pearland and everywhere else, they're going to get broke. They're going to get bent. Some are going to spin too fast because the brakes didn't come online and catch on fire, so they're going to be all down. And then we're going to be back to Neanderthal living, just like we did this past winter. And Katrina, remember that mess at the Superdome? So that was terrible. So a lot of people are just going to be smart and hightail it out of there. Other people are going to get on the freeway late, maybe on time, and try to evacuate. Some people are going to try to stay back and say, I'll weather this storm without knowing. But either way, I've been here. I've been there before. I was in the Guard, and I worked on these things. So we always came out as soon as the sun came out, delivering food and water and sandbags and picking up cattle and doing all the things we got to do to save people. They didn't plan ahead. So when you do, read this. The world is full of flat squirrels who couldn't make a decision. So if you make a decision, stick with it, but plan ahead. The hurricanes come every year. And so if you're going to take the risk and you're going to stay home, at least get a home that can withstand 140 mile an hour winds, on the beach, like this one was designed for, or at least Cat 1, which is 90 mile an hour. I mean, not buying or not designing a house to withstand hurricane forces, knowing that you're going to be in the zone, is ludicrous. It just doesn't make any sense. And then if you can't afford to be a prepper and you're stuck in a city and you do decide to evacuate to higher ground further inland, hopefully there are some city leaders who planned ahead. And so now we have a $100 million solar farm capable of making 50 megawatts of power. It's about 1 megawatt for every 2 acres, the way it works out. Then you have a match set of energy storage, such as this cryo battery, which uses the daytime solar to liquefy air and compresses it into these tanks. And then in the nighttime, they open the valve back and it turns a turbine when the air expands as it comes back out. So remember, I had $100 million for the solar farm, and then I had $100 million for the match set of energy storage. And for instance, this 3 acres, there's a mobile home park, RV park, next to a Buc-ee's here in New Braunfels. I could get 2 megawatts out of that one little area. Here's a mobile home park in New Braunfels. Here's an RV store on I-35. In the backyard, he always wanted to put an RV resort back there. Like I said, 1 megawatt per acre. 2 acres, per 2 acres. And don't forget all the shopping centers that have solar panels in their new parking lots now. Their food has been kept cold and frozen because they had solar panels. So you guys can park out there as a temporary area all throughout the shopping centers, throughout the Independence Trail. Y'all are all going to be okay because you've got food and water and shopping and electricity because you planned ahead and you've made your city leaders plan ahead and spend the money on infrastructure. Just like this guy. I like Sid. Sid's been a good man for the Texas Department of Agriculture. He knows which sounds would be good. And now you have all the school bus barns with all the big batteries and all the buses. They can all, what they call a virtual power plant or vehicle to grid, pumping all that electricity, keeping the schools air conditioned as evacuation zones, along with all the solar panels over the parking lots and all the schools, the public schools and colleges, and their evacuation areas for people to rally as they come out of the big cities along the beach. People will have all their little shopping centers. Tesla and Sonic may get together and have an eatery destination zone. So we just don't know. We could even do solar paneled mobile home communities, like I said. The panels can be manufactured in a warehouse, put into a frame, set up on a truck, taken out to a job site or an installation area, and lifted and just put on the steel framework that may have already been put up. Within a couple of weeks, you'll have megawatts of power ready to go online. And it won't be like these little button batteries you see along the Houston Ship Channel and everywhere else. These take an asteroid, an extinction event, and an ice age to recharge. Now, there are thousands of pre-programmed arguments about what I have been saying. That's what their job is to protect their income. And you can do this to me all you want. Doesn't matter. The truth is still the truth. And I highly encourage you to, once again, this is another long 9.5 minute video. Go to my website. There'll be more and more things loaded up there. Click over there to that t-shirt and give me $5. Thank you.